what I'm talking about. Alright people, welcome back to the channel. Today, what I'm going to be working on is the battery terminals and cables. On this car, I'm going to put on the Caspers ones. As you remember, I already did the fused module over there and ran the wires that go to the back of my bulkhead harness for the injectors and the smart coils. Now, on top of doing the one over on this side for the battery, I also have to run a ground from the battery going to the back of the intake for the smart coils. So let's get to the back of the car here. Get the positive and negatives going. Alright, let's get at it. Okay, just like that. The battery's out. The cables are out. There's the old battery. Now let's get the new one in from Caspers and see how this looks. And we can get started on the negative going to the back to the smart coils. Okay, here's the Caspers electronics cables for the positive and negative. Fantastic construction. Love everything about it. The only thing I'm going to do different is I'm going to get rid of the old Trojan ribbed feeling over here. Get rid of this plastic loom, and I'm going to put the same loom that I have on the harness. I guess it's my OCD that's kicking in. I just can't have things different. Let's relume this before I put it in. And just like that, it is relumed and heat shrinked. That's the negative. Here is the positive. Gotta like that. No more Trojan condom feel. The rib is gone. I like this one better. Okay, let's carry on. Time for the install. Okay, now I got the Caspers terminal slash cables in, all routed. One going to the back of the cylinder head, right over there. The other one going to the starter. And then the last one sliding back behind the alternator. Now we just need to complete that ground wire from the battery to the back of the bulkhead connector for my smart coils, and then we can get to tearing this thing down and start putting in the new system. Let's get at it. Okay, now I got the 10 gauge that I'm going to be running from the negative terminal. I've got this routed all the way down here, around the back, looped up, and it's going to follow the back here, where I'm going to have it tied in to the back like that, and I'm going to put the connector on it here and loom it. So that's the correct size. Now it's time to put the ends on, loom it, solder it, stick a fork in it. Finished. On to the next. Okay, here is my ground wire that's going to go from the battery terminal all the way to the back of the bulkhead harness. As you can see, I had this laser engraved. This is the negative side for the smart coil, and that's the loop that goes on the battery. All loomed and heat shrinked. So one end is going to go on here, And I'm just going to route that in that way that I just showed you guys, following the intake right to the back. And now that is the end of all the wiring that's done under the hood until I actually get the harness in here, and I have to make the links for the battery and for the O2 sensor. But aside from that, we're pretty much good to go. Let's get this wire installed and move on. Okay, and just like that, it's routed, bolted up. Very sleek, you don't even see the wiring. Even up behind the intake. And there's where it is. Be hiding right behind there. Tucked up right underneath the coolant line. Stealth. Complete stealth. Okay, so now it's time to get this distributor out, take the air intake pipe off. Cam sensor goes in. Got to take off the crank pulley and put on the 12-1 crank pulley. Also got to put on the pickup for the crank pulley, trigger wheel. Slowly but surely, here we go. Well, I undershot this one. Let me just pull this out, pull that out, he says. It'll be just, probably about an hour or so. My God. So get the distributor out, the intercooler pipe had to come out, the coolant bar had to come out, the stupid water pump pulley had to come out, the ignition system, my whole wiring inside the car. I might as well just pull this crap out. Now I'm finding out what all these wires were in the back and all my fuses that I have over here, how it's connected to my fast system. Bro, this is like rewiring the car from scratch all over again, like complete. I gotta spend a week just to figure out all this crap and route it differently and see what I keep and what has to go with the other system. Next time I get a smart idea, I'm just gonna open this car door, put my head into it, open and close this door a couple times. Well, the computer system's out. Time to start figuring out this mess. Rewiring it. What stays, what goes, but the whole harness is out on the engine. Everything is out. Like I said, I might as well just pull the damn engine out too. I think it would probably be even easier. Let's get it. I ain't scared, goddammit. Pissed, but not scared. Yeah, buddy. Wiring 101. Okay. Couple hours tracing and routing. Now everything makes sense. I'm just gonna have to take a couple wires out. So over here on this side, this is what keyed my evac pump, which is now coming out. All of this wiring here that you see, that ran inside the car, going over to the other side to where my pump is in the front. So now that's going to be controlled by the Holley input-output module. So that's gone. Clean that up. This relay is also going to be gone. Clean that one up. Now I know where that wiring goes. So I'm going to have a lot less wires under the engine compartment now. Now I'm stoked. And I'm going to have a couple auxiliary taps for fuses here, as I have a main power source that goes inside the car. And I've just got connectors on the end. So if I need stuff for down the road, that's what all of these are. These are all from the fuse panel that I'm going to now make a power block on, so I can tee into it if I need it. This one was for my TAC output going straight to the ECU. This was the ground that was going to the evac pump. And that damn well cleaned up everything. So, onward and upward. Let's just see what I have underneath this dashboard that I haven't seen. And that is my vintage air heater system. Fantastic unit, better than the factory. It blows like nothing you've ever seen before. Nosebleed heat comes out of these vents. Routed all back into the factory air vents. But moving right along, we are back in the driver's seat. Stay tuned. Part 8 coming up.